everybody. Welcome in.
Seems like forever since we've been on our show.
Right. And even though I'm sick as a dog, I didn't want to go 3 weeks without coming to you guys. So thank you. And if Mel takes over a lot, it's because I don't have a voice and I have an ear infection as well. Yay me. But welcome back. Today's show, we are going to talk about our experience on MSC World America.
And just MSC in general.
And MSC in general, yeah, because it's the first time we've been on that cruise line. So we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to break this into a 2-part series this week and next week. This week, we're going to talk about the embarkation process, the ship experience itself, and debarkation. And then next week, we're going to focus on all the ports of call and what we did in each port. So it's going to be a 2-parter here. But before we get started, a few things that I want to say. First and foremost, when we started this channel, we started it to have fun, and we really didn't put any thought on where it might go and what it might become one day. And it was a huge shock and honor when Liz and Chris from Carnival Cruise Addicts posted that they made the top 500 for Sail Away Magazine's top cruise-related influencers. I was so happy for them, and for the heck of it, I wanted to go through and see who made the list. And wouldn't you freaking know it, we are also on that list.
Yep, it was nice to see our name up there, actually.
Yes.
It was very surprising, too.
Very surprising. We are out here doing fun, and we've never really focused too much on analytics and things like that. But based on whatever metrics they have, because I definitely know there are some channels in our circle that I think should be on there that aren't. And there are a lot of channels that are on there that I don't think should be on there because they only have like 2 or 3 cruise-related videos. But needless to say, it was shocking. And we are very, very honored, and it's all thanks to you guys. Everyone who's watched any one of our videos helped us get on that top 500 cruise influencers list from Sail Away Magazine. So just from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you guys so much. And then the second thing is this week, we actually are in another first for us. Now, I'm not going to take credit for this because it wasn't my baby, but thank you so much to Cheryl and Jeremy who invited me to be part of the Go Live Together crew a few months ago. And the Go Live Together show that they started, that's a partner with, again, Cruising is Fun Anytime with Cheryl and Jeremy, Eddie Lugo Studios, Ricky Ocean, and myself has been nominated for the best
collaborator.
Thank you. Best collaborator series of 2025 in the Meet and I Awards. So throughout the show tonight, that link will pop up. And if you haven't voted yet, please take that link and vote for the Go Live Together crew. We're definitely up against a lot of stiff competition this year, and it's most of the people that are in our circles, and you can only vote once. So if you can vote for us, we would really appreciate that. All right.
Say hi to everybody.
Yeah, you say hi to everyone because I've run out of breath.
All right. Well, okay. So first in, we have one of our #1 supporters, Danny.
Welcome.
All right. Next up is Robert.
Yay, Rob! King of the North.
Hold on.
I guess she only knows you by your YouTube name, Cruising on the High Seas.
That's right.
And Travel.
The King in the North!
You threw me through a curve there.
Yeah, sorry about that. He logged in under Facebook first.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw you weren't on there, Rob. Hopefully next time. Hopefully next time.
All right.
All right.
So
and that's it. So hopefully some more people will be popping in as the stream goes along. I know we haven't been live for the last 2 weeks, and I've been down for the count in the morning show. So people might think that we didn't go live, but like I said, I took a lot of meds and said I was going to push through this one and the football one after this. All right, so start us on what we're talking about.
all right, first off, we're going to talk about Embarkation Day. So on
Actually,
oh, okay, hold on.
let's talk about registering.
Okay.
Pre-registration frustration.
He wants to back up a little bit more. Okay,
Yeah.
So everybody knows every cruise line has their own app. So MSC and me is the worst cruise app that I have ever dealt with. Ever. So what I mean is, first off, before we even got on the ship, we were trying to do our pre-register for, all of the checklists that you have to do.
The health stuff. The passport stuff.
Yep.
The log, the times you're boarding, all that stuff.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a metric that you could do to speed up your check-in process.
Yeah.
We could never get ours to work correctly. There was a couple people in our group that had the same problem, and then we had some people in our group actually it worked for them
perfectly the first time.
Yeah. So I think they need to invest a little bit more on improving that app. As far as navigating the app, I think it was okay. It was a little confusing just because it was the first time that we actually dealt with their app. But once we learned it, I think it was probably middle ground.
It became more user friendly.
Yes.
But it's not intuitive at all. Like one of the big examples. Well, we talked to Bill Wormstrong Adventures as well, and he said he's been on MSC a couple of times, and the first couple of days on World America, he said the app was complete trash, and it's worked perfectly on other cruise lines. So there might have been something going on World America
I don't
that
know.
made it crash so many times. But for examples, as far as frustration and not being user friendly, so they have the free text, person to person to person, but you had to add them physically as a friend. And sometimes when you would pull up the QR code, it wouldn't load. And then you're trying to search, you could search by name and it still wouldn't find them. And it comes to find out that you can't search by first name and last name. Where it says put in their first name, you actually had to put in their first and complete middle name in that line. And then it would find them if you did first and middle where it said just first and then last name.
Yeah, because
there were a lot of things like that were just like...
It was just some stupid
clunky
stuff like that. But as far as using the app on the ship, the first day when we were trying to register for dinners and for shows, it completely was crashing nonstop. And it literally took us probably a good solid hour to try to book just our shows.
Yeah.
And then we gave up on trying to book our meals, and we just went to the restaurants and ended up booking our meals.
Yeah.
But I really do think there's a huge problem with the app, and obviously this is our first, and it might be an isolated situation. So
that's what I'm hoping, because Bill said that it's worked fine on other lines. So I'm going to chalk it up as maybe just something going on the first day or two.
But you would think on the bigger ships that
the newest ship,
the biggest and the newest ship should have the most advanced and the most streaming capabilities for that number of people. It could have been the volume of people on that ship, and they need to anticipate that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, enough on the app.
Yep. So Embarkation
Day. Okay, so MSC World America is in Miami, and it's in the brand new terminal that they built in Miami. The terminal itself is beautiful.
Oh my God, is it beautiful?
It is beautiful. The parking is the smart garage parking, and a little trick when you go up to level 3.
Technically level 3.
3.
Yes.
There is you can go up to level 3 and actually drop off your bags on level 3, and they will take them for you.
Yes.
So there's not just one floor that you could drop your bags. If you know, there's a couple people up there that will also take your luggage off.
Yep.
So,
and they don't advertise it. I can tell you that right now. There was nothing saying that you could do that. And trust me, even me being confident, knowing that I have seen several YouTubers talk about it being an option, I was still getting everybody in the car. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I was even saying that.
Even Mel was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Trust me, please, God, let it be right. I don't want to be wrong."
But we appreciate it. We got that little trick from Travel Spree, so we do appreciate it. And parking was a breeze, and I did have my 2 parents with me who were a little bit mobility challenged, so we were worried about the logistics of trying to get them into the terminal.
Yep. Speaking of which, there you are, Dad. Hopefully you guys are doing good and almost over your sickness.
Yes.
Everyone got sick.
Everyone got sick. So after we parked, we got our bags, we dropped them off and everything. It was pretty straightforward to go into the elevators, go down 1 level, walk across the 2, and we pretty much walk into the terminal. And I had actually got the wheelchair assistance for my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to his area to check him in so he can get a wheelchair to get onto the ship, because some cruise lines have a scooter rental place that they will have a scooter before you get on the ship. Because MSC, the way they were set up in this terminal, they would not allow third-party scooter rentals
to set up
anywhere in there. So their scooter was actually physically in the room. So if you need that scooter to get around, you're going to have to get wheelchair assistance. But here's the key. They only take you on from the terminal onto the ship, but not to your room.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind. So we were bumping around trying to figure that out.
And it's a 2-part wheelchair assistance.
Yes.
So we're on this thought, so we'll talk about this thought and then we'll talk about us. So Part 1, when you first come into the door, there's an area that you can go wait for wheelchair assistance. I really think they need more benches. They literally had 1 single bench that could be available for those who need it.
Yeah, I think they really need some improvement on their special assistance, I guess you could say.
Yeah. But Part 1 is to go from that area, which is before security, to the other side of security to actually get into the main terminal area. And then Part 2 is once you get into the terminal area, then you have to wait on a crew member from the ship to then come take you from the terminal to the cruise ship itself. Now, Part 1, I'm sure it's going to vary depending on when you get there. But Part 1 took about 30 minutes.
Yes.
At least.
Yes.
For him to go from pre-security to the main lobby area, because there were so many other people that needed wheelchair assistance, and they only had 2 or 3 people rolling people through.
It could have been because it was the height of the day and everybody's checking in. It was close to noon, so
yeah. But it took 30 minutes for that first leg.
Now,
and then the second leg was like 10 minutes, if that.
So, that's if for special needs. So
special needs.
But for us, we were not allowed to stay with him. Only the immediate spouse or caregiver was allowed to stay with him. So we went through as normal individuals through security, and there was no wait. Security was easy, and we went straight on. The terminal is very beautiful. You've never seen it. check out our ship tour video. We do a very detailed of the terminal. It's brand new. It's beautiful. And we walked straight in. We didn't even have to wait.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. I guess I should talk about briefly, backtrack again. I'm sorry, my brain and train of thought is flighty. We called customer service to talk about the issues with being checked in, because we wanted to do cruise ready with MSC, which would be facial recognition.
Right.
And customer service, line 1 of customer service, did a good job of just saying, hey, we've checked on our side of the house. You are officially checked in. Just bring your boarding pass. So I had to physically print out my boarding pass. And then they said, and I was like, well, what about the app? Because the app is not showing me checked in. Am I going to have a problem with that? I wanted to get cruise ready so I could do the facial recognition. And they were like, well, you can call this phone number Monday through Friday, which is technical support, and they can help you with making sure that that's good to go. Let me tell you, don't frickin' bother. Don't waste your damn time calling technical support. All they did was, after I spent 10 minutes trying to explain what was going on, was confirm that they tried to log in with my credentials and, quote, the same thing was happening to them. And I was like, well, no, duh. I wouldn't be calling you if it wasn't an issue. You're technical support. You're supposed to be able to help to fix this. And all they wanted to do was email me a copy of my boarding pass. And it was the absolute worst experience and waste of my time.
It was like trying to call tech support for your computer against somebody, and I don't know, somewhere
in overseas who literally has a script and knows nothing about computers other than reading what the script says.
Right.
So don't bother. I can tell you, as long as customer service confirms that you're checked in, even if you're not, facial recognition ready, you won't have a problem. Just make sure you do it with a passport. That was the key with us.
Right.
Was making sure that you're using the passport as your identification and not your birth certificate or driver's license.
You should have a passport anyway, because cruising with a passport is so much easier, especially when you're leaving, when you're coming home. It is so much easier.
Yeah.
But enough with the negative now.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it was very simple. We scanned our passport. It took a picture of us, and boom, we were in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So
5 minutes.
We got on the ship, and I have to say the ship was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful.
It really was.
It kind of reminded me of a layout with Royal Caribbean, except for they had more venues, I think, on MSC that were smaller.
Yeah.
And they were trying to add more rooms. So
definitely.
It felt a little bit of congestion here and there, but it still was not horrible. The elevators, there were smart elevators, minus the first day. You can't judge on the first day.
Yeah, definitely not.
We didn't really wait for elevators too long. I think there was one time we did, and it was just because everybody was trying to
go to a show or something.
Go to a show or go to dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but for the most part, the elevators, there was, we didn't really have an issue with that.
Yeah.
But the ship itself was beautiful. The staff was wonderful. We ended up having some really great staff. The guy who took care of our room, I forgot his name. Elnor.
Elnor from the
we made up a name so we wouldn't forget it.
Elnor from the Council of Elron.
Elron. So he was like a room ninja. Like, he knew when we were gone, and we would literally be gone for 10 minutes to get coffee and come back, and our bed was made and he was already done. So he was great. The staff was great on this show or this ship.
Yeah. And Rob's right. Yeah, he has to travel with the passport because he's got to fly from Canada.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
So definitely.
It's just easier if you're American or not American.
But yeah, I mean, the staff was great. Elner was freaking amazing. Caroline, who was our assistant waiter,
in the
main dining room. Oh my God, I cannot I cannot begin to express the gratitude and how awesome she was.
Yes, she went above and beyond.
Well above and beyond.
She knew when we asked for something, she knew the next day to just go ahead and do it and brought it to us.
Yeah.
She took really good care of us, and she had a beautiful smile. She was from South Africa, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, so
I'd have to watch again. My brains are foggy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was sick last week. He's sick this week.
Yeah. Hey, welcome in, Scotty J. Woo woo.
Hey, Scotty J. We're talking about MSC, Scotty J. So we're talking about our experience.
But yeah, she was phenomenal, and I won't tell you everything that she did for us because I don't.
She was fine.
She was fine. Let's just say she went above and beyond on what other people might not have done to accommodate us, and we appreciate everything she did.
All right. So I threw a positive. Now I'm going to go back to a negative here real quick.
There.
Yep.
Yep.
She was good.
Was amazing. All right. So let's talk about your Karen moment. We got to talk about the Karen moment.
Okay. So I had a Karen moment. I don't have very many because
Wait. Everybody knows. One thing you don't screw with is Melinda's coffee.
Yes.
The one thing that they should not have messed with. Oh, Jesus. All right, continue.
Okay, so I always get the package that includes coffee. Always. We always budget for it because I like my coffee, especially when I'm on vacation. I'll end up drinking 2 or 3 a day sometimes. And just because we're always on the go, we're moving, and I always like my caffeine. So MSC had really good coffee. They really did.
They did.
Even if I got it from the main dining room, the regular stuff you don't pay for, all the way up to the premium stuff. What I neglected to understand on the second day when I went to go get my coffee, very bright early in the morning. So I'm like, one thing in my head, I need coffee. So I went to get coffee, and they tell me, your package does not work here. And I was like, what do you mean my package doesn't work here? So I was like, well, okay, where's my package work? So they told me where to go. So I went down there, but I was passing another coffee shop. So I went in there, and I was like, trying to order my coffee. Well, your package doesn't work here either. I was like, well, what do you mean my package doesn't work here? So I went to the place that they told me, and I said, do you have a coffee menu? Because it was just an espresso machine. It was a bar. And I'm trying to figure out what I want because in my mind, in American mind, there's lattes, espressos, frappes, there's mochachinos, Americanos. I mean, there's a coffee menu, okay? And that's what I'm expecting. And I'm expecting like what you would get
like
on
Royal Caribbean at
Carnival.
Starbucks or Java Blue on Carnival.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I was trying to order something and I really couldn't come up with something. So I was getting irritated. So just try to make me a latte or something because all they had was flavor pumps. And I was getting really irritated because it was my third place I was going and I was getting really irritated. And guest services just happened to be across the way.
Oh.
So I got my coffee. I went over to guest services.
You got your coffee, and as you were walking out, I came walking up, and Mel's eyes were like daggers, and she goes, "Oh, that's it. I'm going to guest services." And oh man.
No. So I went to guest services, and I didn't yell and scream, but I did discuss
very forcefully, with purpose.
I discussed my disappointment with what I was expecting, and we did look it up later. There is a very fine print at the bottom.
Very fine print,
which we'll get into later because it applies to other things. And I'm like, I bought the coffee package. I expect when I go to the coffee place, and I'm okay if you limit me to one place, but if you don't have a coffee menu to choose from with all of the different coffees that I'm expecting, what am I paying for? So I don't drink Coke and sodas usually on the ship. I just want my coffee.
Yeah.
So I ended up discussing this with the bar manager, and he ended up making it right with me. And I won't tell you what he did, but he ended up making it right, and he addressed it very quickly and professionally. So kudos to them for addressing the issue, and bad on me for not reading the fine print, I guess, which was the theme for the week. But if you do get the drink package on MSC, read the fine print, and that goes for anything package-wise that you buy, because we'll cover that in the food package here next. And you might as well go ahead and get the premium package, the top of the line, if you don't want limitations.
That's the easiest way to say it. Every package except the premium package is going to be a lot less than what you are expecting to be able to use it for. Like if you're used to getting the alcohol-free on Royal, and you know that literally is getting anything on the ship anywhere that's not alcohol. If that's what you're going in expectation-wise, getting the zero alcohol package on MSC, you're going to be very upset like we were. And, you know, it's all in the fine print. So, it truly is. But it's like 4 paragraphs of fine print.
Yeah, so this is only day 2, and I've already started the day out pretty negative. So for a good half a day there, I was very negative towards MSC. And I was
feeding off that energy.
So
because then we went to the smoothie place.
Oh yes.
And before we stood in the long line for the smoothie place, I literally went up there and asked them, I have the zero alcohol package. Will this work? And he's like, yeah, it'll work. And then I get up there and the drink I order is not part of the package. That's an upcharge. And that's where I didn't completely blow up, but I was pretty pissed. And then that's when we finally were like, wait, we're falling into the trap we tell everyone not to fall into.
Yes. So we end up going to the spa and actually the thermal suite. I'm sorry.
Yes,
the thermal suite. And we had to reset our minds thought process because we were allowing one thing to
affect our
cruise. And so we decided to reset our brains because we're used to Royal Caribbean and Carnival, and we're used to one mindset. And we had to rethink our brain that, this is a different company. This is MSC, and they do things differently. So we had to retrain our brains and basically start over. Mm-hmm. So once we did that,
it got phenomenally better.
It got better. So it is in your mindset.
Yeah, there were a few hiccups still along the way, but phenomenally better.
Yes.
So, but before we go on, let's catch up with some of the comments. So Rob had mentioned earlier, and I missed that, but I guess AG work, they're probably going to start striking again. So I know that's been a constant thing up there. You've been battling. So yeah, your dad knows what happens when they mess with your coffee for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is day 2. Now when we went to the thermal suite, that was one of the best thermal suites we've ever been to on a ship.
Absolutely.
It was huge.
Oh my God. And at first the process, we were like, what? When we were talking to him, because you had to schedule time on sea days. But when she explained why, it made perfect sense. And it was easy because you could do the even hours all day long or odd hours all day long.
Yeah, because you basically check in for an hour and then you check out and then you check back in. So it helps control
the flow of people.
And not being too crowded in there. And
I think it worked fine.
I think it worked fine too because we were never turned away. We showed up one time. We didn't have an appointment. She goes, we just had a couple people leave. You guys can go ahead. So we ended up going in there. We spent
a lot of time.
We were in there 3 or 4 times throughout the week because we got a week pass.
Yeah.
And the price to go in for the whole week was surprisingly very reasonable.
As long as you get it before you get on the ship.
Yes.
Because it was $139 per person for the entire week. But if you tried to get it there on the ship, it was $199 for 1 day for 2 people.
No.
So we paid just over what the price is when you're on the ship for a single day for the entire week. So if you're planning on going, definitely book that ahead of time.
Rob's got a comment.
Okay, what do we got over here?
Hey, Rob, we're going to be on NCL actually next October for the first time.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely discuss NCL.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do what we're doing now with that as well.
Yeah. We also are going to be in doing Virgin in February, so we'll definitely have some feedback on that one as well.
Yep. And Margaritaville at sea
and Margaritaville
in January. So we've got a lot of first-time experiences on different cruise lines over the next year. So definitely stay tuned.
So a couple other things about the ship. Our room was we had a infinity window balcony.
Ocean view. Infinity ocean view is what they call it on MSC.
And basically what that means is we had a floor-to-ceiling window that actually came down like a balcony. And it was the best room I think that we've ever gotten. Besides a suite or whatever.
Yeah, besides a suite.
But if I had that choice over a balcony, I think I would do the window over the balcony.
Yes.
Because we enjoyed the extra living space. And when we wanted our window open, if you will, we opened our window and we had such a nice breeze.
Yeah.
It was so nice. The last night we actually slept with it all the way.
Yep. We just opened it up because it was getting a little chilly. We got a little chilly spell near the end. And yeah, we just rolled down that window and opened the curtains and just let the breeze come in.
So that was super nice. That was one of the best rooms we ever had. He actually had his own workspace, and I actually had
your own little workspace,
which I never even touched my computer the whole week. But
I know. But you had it.
I had it. I had a place to put my makeup on and have my laptop and everything. But that was one of the best, I think, rooms that we ever had.
Yes. And what I would suggest as well is if you don't already have a European plug-in that gives you regular US outlets to plug into or USB-C things to get, make sure you get some because Mel had to use it on her side. Her desk only had a European plug and not an American plug, so she had to use a converter and plug it into the wall to get power for stuff.
Yes.
You can check out the links to our Amazon store. We got a couple of different varieties. I used one of them as well to jump off of the European plug where my area was in addition to the US plugs. So definitely worth it.
So in addition to staying on a positive note, the entertainment on the ship was actually some of the best entertainment we've ever seen on a cruise ship.
Yep.
The live singers in the shows were, I don't know why they were on a cruise ship singing. It almost like they could have actually had a concert and we could have paid money to go see them. That's how good they were.
Yeah.
The good. Queen show was definitely a must.
Amazing.
The black chick that was on there, one of the leads, she had such an amazing voice. I would have probably went and saw that show again just for her.
Yeah. It's if you like Queen. I know Queen may not be for everyone, but the way they had it set up was with an orchestra that recorded specifically for the show that accompanied both the live 4-piece band they had plus the singers with the overall production of the Queen music. It's amazing.
Yeah, the venue that they had the Queen show in was not the main theater. It was the Panorama Theater, I want to say.
I want to call it.
So it's on the back. It's on the back of the ship.
Back of
the ship. It's on the back of the ship where it had the floor to ceiling windows that had the capability of coming down to have screens. So it was like a multi-purpose venue.
So think Royal Caribbean Quantum class in the 270 lounge in the back.
Yes.
Or the Excel class ships on Carnival with the side venue next to Java Blue in the atrium that have the floor-to-ceiling windows that they can also bring down LED screens. That's basically what the setup was.
The setup was really nice. It was not a lot of seating, but every seat was a good seat. And it had coffee bar there and a regular bar, and that's where the casino was, wasn't it?
Yeah, the casino was in front of it.
The casino was actually a nice casino. It was not very smoky, which was it was really nice. Because you had to walk through the casino quite a bit to get to the venue, and I don't think.
But those slots were tight.
Yeah, I know.
Very tight.
I know. But so that was one of the shows that we saw. The other show that we saw the last night was
Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey. It was kind of like a Greek god show, if you will.
It was an interesting written show, a mix of different genres of music,
operatic and pop rock.
Yeah. So it was very creative. What I liked most about it was how they did the changing of the set.
Yeah.
It was very creative. But again, the singers were really good. The song choices were questionable,
but still good. It just, like you said, it was a weird mix of music. But the performers, it's not like the standard shows that you would see like Broadway or, on Carnival, where you get the 4 singers and that's it. They had a lot of just crazy dancers that were doing these crazy dance moves, and then the strongmen and the acrobats that, like, the dude puts his head like this and the woman does like a handstand with one hand on his head and planking with like one toe on the freaking ground, holding up their whole. I mean, it was amazing.
These people had some really strong upper body strength.
Cirque du Soleil-ish.
Yes.
Cirque du Soleil-ish. That's the best way to.
We actually were with my brother and my sister-in-law, who were both
performers. She works
for
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil, and she was really impressed as well with their show, the shows on the ship.
Yeah.
Now, the first show that we went to, we did not like. And I think
it was the only
show that we didn't like.
Yeah.
And I think it was just.
It was a magic show.
Yeah.
But it seemed to be simple tricks with an overabundance of production work behind it. So not like to the level of Siegfried and Roy and stuff like that. But just basic, like, okay, yeah, we know she's a contortionist and she's contorting her body in there when you put the swords in, kind of thing. It didn't captivate.
It was cheesy in my opinion.
It didn't captivate.
So, but every other show that we saw another one. What was it? I can't think of it.
I can't think of it either. We'd have to look it up. See if you can look it up. Well, I can talk about one other of the shows.
Cinesonic.
Oh yeah, Semisonic.
Cinesonic. That was the one that had basically my mom's playlist, if you will. It had Top Gun, it had Pirates of the Caribbean, so it's like all of the popular movies and stuff,
soundtracks and stuff like that.
So that was good because it was just a lot of good music, basically, and the singers were really good.
Yeah. And then they went to, and what I mean they is Kaylee and Jason.
Yeah.
They went to the full production of Dirty Dancing, which they literally played the movie, and the music was performed by the staff. Kind of like those concerts you go to. That's kind of what it was, is them playing the movie Dirty Dancing, but all the music, again, was performed by the staff.
Yeah, and they said they really enjoyed it. We didn't go to that for whatever reason. I think we were doing something else.
I think we had something else.
I think we went to the thermal spa.
I think so.
But they really enjoyed it. And so the shows, I mean, besides the minus the one in the first day, everything was great.
Yeah. Mel's feeling better. I'm still pretty crappy, Ron. But I'm pushing through. Thank you for asking. All right. Food.
Oh, soft serve ice cream. It was better than Royal Caribbean.
I do have to say, yes, the free soft serve ice cream was phenomenal.
It was creamier, as Ryan.
Yeah, creamier. It was creamier.
And the pizza, we have already rated this before, but the pizza was It was okay.
It was okay. I like the flavoring, but not the crust.
Right.
Crust was really greasy for me. Main dining room food, hit or miss. A hit or miss, I think.
I think it depends on what you order.
Yeah. Some of it was like, okay, this is decent. Others was like, okay, no. Just no.
Yeah.
Then Mel and I experienced 3 different specialty restaurants.
We did the Italy, which was okay.
It was okay.
To be honest, I think I like Royal Caribbean's is better.
Yeah.
Giovanni's.
Most of the good stuff was an upcharge. So
right.
So you buy the specialty dining package, and then half the menu is an additional upcharge.
Yeah. So again, the fine print.
Fine print.
Oh, and that another thing is because we got the drink package. Because we got the drink package, it included like bottled water, specialty bottled water, and
Aquapana, stuff like that.
So when we get to the steakhouse, we were trying to get our bottled water, and it doesn't work in the specialty restaurants.
Subtitle: 0 alcohol package does not work in specialty restaurants. So yet again, fine print.
Fine print.
My Brazzino, though, I did go ahead and pay the extra money to get the Brazzino in Italy. Was not expecting what was on that plate when it came out. The entire fish, not just the fillet. The entire
it was
fish.
Smiling.
If you've watched A Christmas Story at the end with the turkey, the fish was smiling at me. But with that being said, it was freaking amazing. The way that they prepared it and the way they stuffed fresh herbs where they took the bones out. Like when you got down in there, you had like this explosion of fresh basil in your mouth when you ate into it. I mean, it really was a very good fish.
The next specialty that we did try was the steakhouse, which was butcher's cut.
And we got
butcher cut?
Yeah, the butcher's cut. And we did not do an upcharge on any of those. We got, the standard.
The steak was good.
Steak.
We ended up sitting outside, if you will, kind of in front of the restaurant, like in the main area. So we got the people watch, and the food, the breads, and everything was good. I think that was
one of the best
meals that we had.
Yep. I had the surf and turf, so I had the steak and lobster.
Mm-hmm.
It was delicious. It really was.
And then
the butters. They came out with the different herb butters and the paprika butter or whatever it was, and you'll have to watch the vlog series.
And then the last specialty that we went to was the hibachi place called
Teppanyaki, whatever it was, the Japanese Teppanyaki place.
And that was really good. That was our last night.
And that was a different flow. Some of the same jokes and things like that.
Yeah, the same songs.
But it was a different flow.
Entertainment, kind of.
Yeah.
Different vegetables.
I was saying slightly different veggies. Yeah.
Yes. So instead of getting like, what is the normal vegetables they do? They
usually do zucchini, onions, I want to say broccoli and carrots.
Yeah.
And this time it was like, they usually do some cabbage. And I think this time it was
mushroom,
some sort of mushroom.
Another cabbage.
Of some kind. Some other kind of root, but it wasn't zucchini. I don't know. But it was a different mix. But it was
the vegetables were different. I mean, obviously you got the same proteins, but this literally came with a soup, a salad, sushi roll, and then your main
miso soup.
Miso, which wasn't so bad. It was not too fishy, but it was a lot of food for hibachi. Usually, you usually only get like a soup or a salad, but you never get sushi.
Yeah. This one came with like a couple of rolls of
fresh tuna.
And then what's the other one? The nagi or whatever, which is the ball of rice with the salmon over top of it.
Mm-hmm. But everything in that restaurant was really good too.
Hey, Scott, I would do my normal big thing, but yeah, I'm still feeling like crap.
Scott!
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, I don't know where his button is.
Where's this button? Right there.
God, the man, the myth, the legend.
So
that was
for the
definitely
food,
good.
like you said, was hit or miss. The bartenders, we did order a couple drinks. The drinks were good.
Yeah, yeah. Bartenders were great.
The entertainment, the singers were good. They had pop-up entertainment here and there, which is pretty cool. We were out by the it's not the Promenade, but it's the back of the ship where
they actually do call that the open promenade.
Oh, okay. So they do call it Promenade.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the Royal Caribbean one where it's open in the back and
kind of like the boardwalk area of a Royal Caribbean. Yeah.
So they have the sports bar that's there.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. I want to call it
Playmakers, but
I
think it's just called Sports Bar.
But it's not Playmakers. It's the fake Playmakers. And then across the way, they have the Milkshake place, which Ryan will tell you about that.
Oh, God.
And then they have cotton candy. So this is the first time we've had cotton candy on the cruise ship, which was awesome.
Yeah, cotton candy and popcorn were complimentary in that area.
Yes. There's no carousel. But there was, that's where the dry slide comes down and ends.
Yeah.
And they have a light show. And the light show was really cool. They have it almost every night, I believe, at certain times. And they basically have the lights, just do a light show against a music playlist.
Looks kind of like palm trees that go up the side of the balconies and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I could never get a room right there,
but
it was a cool space. We did go to the sports bar and hang out, watch the Georgia football game.
Yeah. And
Ryan got a milkshake, which was across the way, because that was included in our package.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was not.
It was not.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no, I had to pay for that.
Okay. But the milkshake was good, but...
Yeah. But, again, it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss. But it took 30-something minutes.
It took a whole quarter of football.
whole quarter of football for me to get a milkshake because they were taking orders, but no one was making
I think this was chalked up to bad timing because I think somebody went on break or something happened and the person who actually made the milkshakes wasn't there.
And you have some lady who drank like 3/4 of her milkshake and then complained and wanted to get a refund and was so adamant that she knocked it over and it went all over the top. I mean, it was just a disaster. Milkshake itself was good, but the whole process was a freaking disaster.
There is a Greek restaurant that's right there. I forgot. We didn't even try that one.
Yeah, we didn't. Paxos.
Oh, yes.
So
there's a lot of different food venues we didn't try.
Yeah, there was just so much on there. So much. And we wanted to spend time, because we were there with family. And so normally we would buy the specialty dining for the whole trip. And then we could have hopped around.
But this gave us a fair chance to actually but to try the main dining
room a couple
of times.
Which
we got to meet Caroline, which was our favorite staff member on the whole ship.
Yeah.
In the main dining room.
And if we hadn't eaten in there a couple of times, we would have never met her. Right. So it worked out.
The dining room itself was surprisingly not crowded.
Yeah. I mean, we had the 5 p.m. dining too. It was pretty early.
Yeah, the way they do their set dining versus anytime is crazy because you have to pay for the anytime. They it's like a different kind of package that they call. What is that? The Aurora?
Yeah, you have to get the Aurora package
to set up your main dining room. So we had early seating, which we don't really like to eat that early, but it was not crowded in there, which was kind of nice. It wasn't so loud. We were kind of by the main front of the dining room, which was nice because we had very far to walk. But we had tablecloths. The staff were really great there. They had their singing and dancing one night that they did.
Yeah, and that wasn't every night. It was. It could have been some nights that we weren't there, but it was the Italian night. That's who started it. Somehow they caught it, I think, before they even got on the ship, because it takes a little time for that to incubate. And yeah, mom and dad ended up with COVID. Then Mel got COVID. I took a test before I went on my vacation and tested negative, but I then got whatever the heck I had. Well, I know what it is because I went to the doctor. I have a
He has not COVID.
I do not have COVID, but it's a severe sinus infection that has drained so much that now I have an ear infection as well.
All right, so we have a few more minutes before we have to jump over to our college football.
Yeah. What else?
Overall on the ship. Overall, the ship was nice.
Yeah, ship is. Oh wait, we didn't talk about the Speakeasy.
Oh,
we're not supposed to talk about the Speakeasy, but it started with Lucia and Glenn. So Lucia and Glenn were on the World America before us, and they talked to someone and got some coins and did send them our way. Legitly, they talked to the people and said we were going to be on the ship, and they gave it to us. But on top of that, I did not want to be accused of, cheating to get in. So I did my due diligence to find an officer to get coins. And the funny thing was, we had to talk to bar managers. And I looked at Mel and I said, I hope your Karen moment did not, hopefully he's not the only bar manager that has the ability to let us get in here. But no, I ended up finding another bar manager and made him laugh and joke and was able to get in with Kaylee and Jason. I got us in for 4 people.
The Speakeasy was really cool. My only complaint is the room was very small, and there was a lot of people packed into there. They did a really cool job
of atmosphere and all
atmosphere. It was decorated great, and they were pretending they were sneaking us in and all that stuff. There was 2 different bands that played, and I have to say the first band was more in line with what we were expecting. And then the second band, they were great. They were not horrible. They were good.
They were really good.
It just wasn't the type of music that we were associating with Speakeasy. We were thinking like the 20s and 40s and stuff.
20, 30, 40s, that kind of era, which all the first music was. Right. And the other stuff was it was still oldies, but a little more modern.
Right.
But they were still great entertainment.
But my only complaint in that room was so hot. I don't know if it's because we were right by the stage where the band was.
I think so, because we were in this little alcove, so there wasn't air movement, but we could look out, and I was literally 5 feet from the performers. So it was a great spot.
Yes, Scott, it was money.
No, I was the one. I am taking credit for this one.
Yeah. I pissed off one bar manager on the ship already. But overall, would you go on another MSC ship?
I think I would at least go on another one, because I don't want to put my whole, I'm never going on MSC because of one experience. Right. I need to see if there's a trend, because, we've been on a couple of carnivals and a royal one that it's like, crap, if this was our first trip, I would hate it.
Right. So I mean, overall, we did have a good time. We don't regret going, because this was kind of a family vacation for us too.
Yeah.
So we were with people we don't normally cruise with. So we did different stuff on this one, which we will talk about next week. We did a couple excursions that we've never done before.
Yes, I was wearing sleeves. Scott. Actually, I purposely packed like my 1920s outfit.
Yeah, we dressed up really nice. We cleaned up really nice.
Yeah, because I still at least had my stuff. One of Mel's friends opened up a speakeasy kind of bar / restaurant. She did a bunch of decorating a couple of years ago, and I still had some of my zoot suit stuff for that. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's definitely a fun experience.
All right. Well, we got to wrap up because we got to jump over to college football now.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, overall, final thoughts. Debarkation was super simple. I mean, it really was. So
what's our poll say?
Oh yeah, I didn't. I guess I should close out the poll. But yeah, so the debarkation was super, super simple. We were right off the ship. No issues at all. So we have 34% said yes, they have sailed. 33% said no. 33% said no, but they do want to. And then no one said that they don't ever plan to go on MSC. So
just bring a different mindset when you do MSC, and make sure you read the fine print so you know what you're signing up for when you get your packages. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, we are going to go ahead and call it finished for this week. So if you guys want to head on over to the Ryan Parker Studios, we're going to be starting here in just a few moments with our college football. It's championship week talk.
I know, it's playoffs, guys.
Yeah.
So it's going to be exciting talk this week.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on
See you, Nick. Out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.